there, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. And yeah, this is going to be the final video for today's uploads. And I've enjoyed every bit of just hanging out with you today. And I'm so appreciative of all the videos that I hope that you got a chance to take a look-see at today and just hanging out with me sometime today as well. So yeah, we're going to get right on into this one. Wow, how you can go from wedded bliss to divorce diss, it just boggles the mind. Really, it really does. What you think was probably a really great idea, you sadly find out some years later it was probably one of the worst decisions you could have made. I don't know if that's 100% the way that Jurnee Smollette is probably feeling about this point, but this is something that probably many of us do feel if you're in that situation. Anything related to this kind of a situation, which is sad. Any type of a relationship that starts off with all of the joys and love and all the expectations of good, and it turns around and just implodes, is just an unfortunate situation. But this case has been quite interesting and has really gotten a lot of people up in arms. And so when I actually came across this sharing, I thought, oh, this would be a good one to kind of talk about, because I really want to know your thoughts. There's definitely a lot to say from both sides of the situation here, but I definitely want to know your thoughts respectfully down in the comment section. So let's go ahead and sit back and get into this. I'm going to share with you this information here, and then we're going to talk about it. All right. And yeah, so again, I'm so glad that you are here. So let's go ahead and pop right on into it. Now, this sharing is coming from where we have Black Enterprise. Oh my goodness. You know, it's one of these things where the Smollette family has not really had some great times over the last few years. You know, what first you've got Jesse Smollette and the situation with the alleged attacking and all of the hoopla with the court system and all that stuff in regards to that. And now this, and this is just really unfortunate. So my heart goes out to anyone going through the distress of a situation of a parting of ways when it comes to family, with all of the turmoil that can come about it. Sometimes making that break is a good thing, but doesn't mean it doesn't go without having emotion attached to it. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so here we go. According to this sharing, it says that Jurnee Smollette's ex-husband awarded $1 million in divorce settlement. Now he wants her retirement, which appears to me that he wants it all. Let's get into it. So now Jurnee Smollette's ex-husband, Josiah Bell, is coming for her retirement funds nearly 4 years after their divorce. Smollette and Bell finalized their divorce in 2021. Despite receiving a large settlement, Bell wants more. The musician is asking for half of the Lovecraft Country Actress 401k and Screen Actors Guild pension. The couple married and divorced in California, where community property laws apply to couples who have been together for 10 years or more. Smollette and Bell's divorce plan administrator has been instructed to transfer half of her retirement to Bell. It is unclear if the actress will appeal. Smollette, and veteran actress who has worked in the industry since infancy, has been building her 401k and SAG pension since before the marriage. Now, California law mandates an equal split of assets acquired during the marriage, but a portion of Smollette's was acquired before. Now, Smollette's marriage began in 2010, meaning she had been building her assets for close to 30 years before the relationship. Now, documents obtained by the Neighborhood Talk reveal the child star currently pays Bell $7,000 in monthly child support and alimony. He also received $1 million as a part of the divorce package. Now, social media is up in arms over the turn of events. Fans are expressing disdain for Bell's actions, noting that the beloved actress has been working for decades. Now, one ex-user went so far as to call Bell, well, a loser. Now, another user posted on X using the situation to highlight the importance of a prenuptial agreement. Protect your assets with prenuptial agreement or a postnuptial agreement. Without a prenup, family court judges in California follow community property guidelines, the post have read. Now, while Smollette's personal life is complicated, her acting career is thriving. The veteran actress currently stars in We've Grown Now, streaming on Netflix, and the film is critically acclaimed and has earned 3 Spirit Award nominations and a Chicago International Film Festival Award for Best Picture. Well, congratulations to her on that. And I think I'll check it out just for, GP, really. So I want to know your thoughts on this one because when I saw a lot of the responses in regards to this situation, I mean, it just goes from one spectrum to the other, with some feeling that, oh, that's completely fair, and which we do understand that, yes, when you're in long-term marriages in most states, once you hit that 10-year mark, you are, entitled, the spouses are entitled to half of the retirement. It's just what it is. I think the part for me is I'm thinking the perspective of you got $1 million, dude. I mean, we can't make that work into something. Sometimes I wonder with things, just because you can do a thing, is it something that you should do? Now, I don't know his situation in particular. I don't even know what he does for a living. Maybe you may be more familiar with what he does or if his music. I have no idea. If you do, definitely leave that respectfully down in the comment section. I mean, it's a great way to have conversation, to have the full spectrum of maybe what is working within this situation. But it does seem pretty unfortunate that this situation has occurred. And he's also getting $7,000 a month with a separate child support and alimony as well. So however that's split out is, we'll have to see. So I'm assuming at this point, because they didn't go into that, but that there's probably possibly a situation where there's joint custody. So maybe she's giving him money, but it didn't say anything about him giving her money. It seems like he's getting everything. But coming back after 4 years, boy, I tell you what, that's some nasty work. I mean, $1 million is a grip. And now I understand that $1 million is not what it maybe used to be at some point. I don't know, but it is definitely a one way to get yourself a hell of a start. And I mean, if you're looking for the perspective of, well, I want to keep the same level lifestyle, exactly the same maybe as I had before, I don't know if that's always something that is possible to happen. There are some divorces where there is amicable situations where that is more fitting for either one of the spouses, but that doesn't happen in all cases. And it is very important to have a prenup or a postnup at this point, to protect your assets, especially for someone who, in her case, has been working since, like they said, infancy. And we all know Jurnee Smollette. She's been around for ages, eons and eons. And so, to know that, here she started her work at such an early age, that who would have ever thought that this would be where she would come to at this point. So I do hope that she will continue to flourish in her professional career way and beyond this marriage situation, and really think a whole and hard about the fact of how she will go back into another situation in far as protecting her assets. Now, some people will say, well, women have been doing this for ages, and so therefore turn around as fair play. I guess maybe that could be one perspective of it. But in my opinion, I think either way, whether it was male or female, didn't matter, husband or wife, I just don't understand the purpose of, if it was a wife situation and she got $1 million, I would say go ahead and do something with that and rock on. I mean, why are we going and dibbling dabbling? It's $1 million. I mean, my goodness, we're not talking about a regular person's divorce situation. But maybe that's just relative to obviously whatever the situation is. But definitely one thing that I think is really clear is you must protect your assets one way or another. And even for us individuals who are not celebrities, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with you getting a postnup or a prenup as well. I know there's been so much nonsense associated with it, and I call it nonsense. People can feel how they feel about that, and I respect that. For me personally, I think it's just nonsense. A lot of the things about, oh, does that mean we're going to get divorced, or does that mean that that you're already, the marriage is doomed? No, it just means that you're protecting what you had, and that you don't want to lose everything just because you decide to cohabitate and link yourself with someone who you don't have no idea what's going to happen years from now, right? I mean, love is love, but I mean, my goodness, that can have its limits depending on the situation, and we've heard tons of stories where people have married someone and they didn't turn out to be who they thought they were, right? Or who that person pretended to be, because unfortunately, so many people like to show up as their representative versus their authentic self. So my heart goes out to anyone in this situation, whether it's male or female, I don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, my goodness, this was her hard-earned money since she was a child. And I think that if it was a man, I'd be saying the exact same thing. Like, go on and find something else to do. But that's just my thoughts. So I would definitely love to know yours. So definitely go ahead and throw those down respectfully down below. I know I'm probably going to see some things that you want to share on both sides of the spectrum. I'm not really about an eye for an eye kind of thought process. I don't think that that really doesn't make the world go round for me. And I think that we don't learn anything from that, where it's always this tit for tat situation. Oh, because one side does it, or it's presumed that it's done, that everybody fits into that situation. And so therefore, okay, well, we've got to, fight to death on this. And so you guys can do it too. I've just never been prescribed to that situation or that thought process, even though I know it's fully out there for all types of things, but it never really gets us anywhere. So yeah, I mean, my goodness, $1 million. I think, at this point, what have you been doing for the last 4 years that you couldn't have turned at least some of that into some form of an investment of some sort? And I believe it said he was a musician. What's going on with the music? I mean, maybe there's concentration needs to happen there. I mean, how much more are we going to be going back and to the situation here, to what the well runs dry? I mean, is there more to the situation than that? And I find it really interesting that I'm pretty sure that this law has probably been out for a while, but you can correct me if I'm wrong if you're from California and it's something that's brand new. I don't ever remember this being a brand new situation because it's been out in many other states, but I don't know, maybe California's new to this. I don't know. Let me know. But I'm just thinking, why 4 years later now did you realize? But maybe there is something to that, because I'm watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which is airing at this time right now, and they're talking about that because, as you know, Kyle is potentially maybe could be getting a divorce from her man. Not sure how that's going to run out, but it's a possibility, and the conversation is being had. And of course, Dorit and her man, was it PK? They're having their issues, and that could potentially end in divorce as well. So there's a lot of conversation going about this, and so maybe this law is new. I guess I don't know. But again, if you're from California and let me know down below. But yeah, I just found this to be such an interesting situation, and it definitely ensues a lot of the conversation in regards to really what is fair and what is too much. And it also brings me to thought about the situation with Britney Spears, right? I thought that was a bit ridiculous, when she had to end up upping her situation from, I don't know, it was $20,000 a month for child support to $40,000 a month for child support. And I believe that the situation was, well, because the kids get all this lavish lifestyle with her, they don't get the same essence with the person that she, the father of the child. And I'm just like, well, you're not her. I mean, if you want to do what she's doing, get on it, but I mean, I always felt that was a ridiculous situation, and that was just my thought. Some people felt like it was fair, but some people didn't think it was fair. And I just thought $40,000 is a lot of money. Honestly, what are you exactly you're doing? You're not going to Disney World every single day, so give me a break. But that's just my thought, and there's a whole lot could be said about that situation too. That's a whole other story, really, honestly, and also with the players involved in that. But keeping into this situation here with Jurnee Smollett, I do hope that she has learned her lesson in regards to making sure that she, for now, at this point, protects herself and her assets. I don't know if there was anybody there that, kind of just said, hey, girl, come on, let me pull you to your, take you on your collar and tell you, hey, look, come on over here. You need to get yourself protected. I mean, you've been in the game for so long, and you might be in love, but my goodness, when it comes time to that love to go away, and sometimes it is, because love can be like that. It can be very fleeting. You need to make sure at the end that you're not losing your shirt and everything else because of this failed situation. So I don't know what the circumstances of the divorce is. I really don't even care. I mean, at this point, it just seems like it's a whole lot going on here with this. So, but again, I'd love to know your thoughts. So I think that, again, we'll about do it for this video. But I am so glad that you are here. And I, again, want to know your thoughts. So definitely make sure you leave those down below. And if you are new here, you haven't had a chance to hit that subscribe button, I hope that you will become part of the family. I would so love to have you. And definitely make sure you have your all notification bells on, because I will have more videos popping up on the platform that I will be sharing my thoughts. And I would love to know yours as well. And again, thank you to all of your new subscribers that have come to the platform and have joined the family. I so appreciate you. Welcome. So glad to have you. And thank you so much for all of you that have been rocking with me since the beginning and just throughout. I so appreciate all of your viewing and listening support. It means absolutely to me. So with that, I think I'm going to bid you adieu. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening or whatever time you're watching this video. And until next time, you take care, stay blessed. Bye.